If you want to control anyone's mind, you must first perfectly control your own. The main prerequisite for making someone's mind susceptible to control is fear. Simply, fear is an emotion, and the presence of emotion means the absence of logic. The state the world found itself in just a few years ago perfectly illustrates what I'm talking about. It showcases the possibility and capability of controlling minds by spreading fear on a global level. In 1 week, fear consumed the entire world. It was everywhere, in insane amounts and proportions, and people, you could tell them anything. Do this, avoid that, take this, and they would believe, obey, and follow, just as they did. In the end, when the time came, everything was concluded in just 1 week. That is the power, and those are the possibilities that come with the ability to implement fear into someone's mind. But let's get back to the topic. Listen, what I'm about to tell you won't hear anywhere unless you're lucky enough to hear it from your father, grandfather, or an older man who hasn't been fully consumed by the new age era. The woman beside you must fear you, simply because without fear there's no respect. Sounds toxic? It does, because counterculture is pushed every day with unbelievable intensity and brilliant strategic execution. But think, we live in an era where this is considered toxic, and at the same time, we live in a century where the divorce rate is more than 3 times higher than it was in the previous one, probably than ever before. So here's the crucial lesson in front of you. Not only is it good and useful, it's necessary. But don't get me wrong, the fear I'm talking about is not the first thing that comes to your mind. That kind of fear and control is toxic to a relationship, just like it was toxic to the world. I'll share with you 3 qualities that are important for you as a man. Qualities that naturally create a level of fear or caution in any person. A level that, in male-female dynamics, is not only healthy but, as I've said, absolutely important. By combining these qualities, you will become an irresistible presence to women because, once again, they are crucial for you as a man. And any man who is firmly grounded in his masculine frame is both capable of evoking fear and be irresistible to women at the same time. And in the end, it all comes down to this. If you want to drive any and every woman insanely, first you have to drive yourself properly. Let's start. Trait number 1. Mystery. A trait that is irresistible to women and a trait that also evokes fear, because quite simply, people are afraid of the unknown. That's the human nature. And do you think this trait would be so irresistible to women if it didn't evoke fear? When her female friend acts mysteriously, she will be confused, maybe even angry. If a strange woman acts mysteriously, she will think she's weird. But if a man acts mysteriously, she will be obsessed with him. Do you know why? Because she's programmed to fear a man. Of course, there are other elements that make mystery resistible to a woman, such as the art of strategizing, quiet confidence, rapid and precise calculation, curiosity and more. But fear is what commands respect, and at the same time creates the space for control. Besides being irresistible to women, it is also extremely useful to stay a little in the shadows with your moves, actions, plans, and especially your problems. Understand this, not everyone wishes you well and not everyone is happy about your success. There are far more of the first and far fewer of the second than you think. That's why not everyone needs to know everything about you. By making even a small selection of who you share what with, you will be more mysterious than 70% of the people walking this earth. That's just the first step, and if you want me to make a full video on mastering the art of mystery, drop a comment below. Trait number 2. Unpredictability. Unpredictability is the sister of mystery. Mystery opens the door for unpredictability, as is resistible as mystery, but 5 times more effective when it comes to fear. You will fear a man who is fighting with 2 swords more than one, not because he has to, but because you don't know which one he will strike with. But the one you'll fear the most is the man attacking from the shadows, because you don't know what he's attacking with, where his attack is coming from, how or when. In other words, you know nothing and you can't predict anything. It all comes down to people not being able to read you. If you are mysterious and give them nothing, you're halfway there. An unpredictable action completely knocks them off balance. People hate that feeling and struggle to navigate it, as we've clearly seen before a few years. Now imagine how a woman as the weaker sex reacts to this. That's why she would rather be on your side than against you. Simply don't say what's expected of you to say. Don't do what's expected of you to do. Don't behave how people expect you to behave. This doesn't mean you should say or do something foolish or act against your principles just to appear unpredictable. In such situations, it's best to remain silent. And even if that was expected, at least you've remained mysterious. Beyond the fear you create, the other incredibly attractive effect you trigger in women is intrigue. If you texted her today, call her tomorrow. The next day, reach out at night. The day after, take her to dinner. Don't always message her at the same time or say the same things. Bring variety into your dates, messages, even in the bedroom. See, if a man can predict what you'll do, he'll think 3 times before deciding how to approach you. If a woman can predict you, she will surrender, because it's in her nature to submit, not to fight, but to yield. And if she doesn't, that means you need to work on the next trait. Trait number 3. Be dangerous. The ultimate crown. A mysterious man is a dangerous man. An unpredictable man is a dangerous man. There are many ways to project danger. Physical strength, emotional control, articulation of thoughts, and the more you master, the more fear you will evoke. And more fear means more respect. In the modern world, you'll hear that you should be peaceful, that aggression, competitiveness, striving for domination and power, and every other masculine trait and desire is toxic, bad, even shameful. But know this, no woman wants a man who can't protect her, and no woman can resist a man who can protect her in every aspect of life. And such a man is extremely dangerous. And you know what else? Extremely attractive. Because a man should be dangerous. Every superhero you know is extremely dangerous. Even if you look around today, you'll see countless examples of women staying with wild men who are only dangerous. They listen to them, follow them, submit to them. In other words, these women are completely under their control. Every action, every word, almost every thought, simply because they fear them. At the same time, they know they are completely safe in every other aspect of life, and they stay in that relationship. This is indeed an unhealthy form of fear in a relationship, but it works. Far from a happy relationship, but I assume you are smarter than that because you are listening to this video. So you will know how to establish a balanced and healthy level of fear, and as a man, lead both her and the relationship in the right direction. Because after all, control over anything is useless if you don't know how to lead. So first, become a man, and that, among many things, means become dangerous, but also become a leader. Becoming dangerous, as I said, covers a broader spectrum, and likewise, becoming a leader includes more than just knowing how to lead and manage. And then, you will effortlessly win a woman's mind, heart, and soul, because as I said, there's no woman who is resistant to a strong masculine personality. Love yourself and strive to elevate your life, because nobody will do this instead of you. Subscribe to the channel in order to rise as a man, learn about female nature and how to drive them insanely.